Virgo. What's up? This is Joe, and I just did your 2020 June general tarot reading. Okay, pretty intense. I think this has some really good messages in it for you, especially near the end. A lot of really interesting things came out. So if you are curious and want to have a sneak peek, let's get right into it. Again, this is Virgo, June 2020. This is again a general reading, and let's have a look and see where it goes. You have, oh, by the way, you have the World, and you have the Tower, and you have a number of other repeating cards in here that are really trying to get your attention. So let's have a look. Thanks. Hello, Virgo. Okay, so I'm going to do your June 2020 general tarot reading. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, and it may not resonate with everybody. Check your placements, the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. If it doesn't fit, check back another time, or check out some of the other amazing people here on YouTube. There are really some great, fantastic people that do readings. Anyway, so we're going to do, Virgo, your general reading. And I don't know, I kind of feel, you know, when I shuffle the cards before I start, I kind of just try and sit with it and pull in what I can. And, you know, this is going to sound weird. And so I'm just going to go with it. But it's like I get this feeling like, you know, you're spoon feeding somebody some kind of information, or you're maybe teaching somebody or helping somebody, and you almost feel like maybe you almost feel like you're having to do this in a way that's almost, I feel like almost ridiculous. Like maybe you're dealing with somebody that's very immature. I don't know. I have no idea what the cards are going to say when they come out. So we're going to just go with that, and we'll see what happens. So for your past, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, a lot of worry, anxiety. And keep in mind, this is for June. So this, you could be in this place right now, dealing with the worry, anxiety. And then in June, you probably, look at this. This is Taurus all over again. This is the present situation in June. You may be relying on faith and spiritual, maybe religious beliefs, or belief in something panning out, working out the way you want it to. And what you'll be looking forward to in June is your future, the Three of Swords. So there's a lot of worry about some kind of defeat, heartache, heartbreak. I feel a lot of intense worry, anxiety. Your challenge for the month of June is the World. Okay, this to me is this is almost like it's an option for you. We're gonna clarify all these. We're gonna get in as deep into this reading as we can for about 20 or 30 minutes time. So we'll see what happens. So the foundation, the Ten of Swords. You know, everybody hates getting stabbed in the back, but to me this is like something done excessively. Like, how many knives is enough? 10? Is 10 enough? That's kind of like what this is about. So you are definitely probably coming from a place of a lot of worry, anxiety, and so I don't know, what is it that you want? What is your goal, your outcome? I said this is almost Taurus all over again. It's kind of weird. The Chariot. You want out. Whatever you're in, you want out. And the advice from Spirit, Two of Cups. So there's definitely somebody that can help you. Somebody you care about, love. Could be romantic, not romantic. I don't know. And what's in your external influence? Page of Coins. You might be going through some pretty tough financial circumstances, Virgo. And so I don't know. We're gonna see what is in, you know, your shadow side. What is it you're hoping for? What is it you're afraid of? What is it you need to know? And you have the Ten of Coins, and this So you are very much concerned about your stability, your prosperity, and I think we're going to explore that card first because I want to get the anxiety off the table as quickly as possible. And then we have the outcome, Temperance. Okay, so sometimes Temperance is about unfinished business. And Page of Swords. To me, the first thing I get is having to have a new way of thinking. I did mention this idea of spoon feeding. Maybe somebody's trying to get a point or something across to you, and maybe you're just not quite receptive to it right away. But I think if somebody's trying to help you or can help you to see things from a different point of view, that you might want to just take another listen. But we're going to look at the Ten of Coins first because I feel like this is very stressful, and this is what you are most concerned about is stability. And this is not just financial stability, material stability, but this is also health. And you know, it could be about your health, the health of somebody else near to you, and the financial stability of home. Or what you call home. That's too many. We don't want that many. So let's see. If you hear motorcycles, it's really nice out here in Michigan finally, and so people decide to get out their loudest motorcycles and drive them around all day. So I live pretty close to a main road. All right. So the King of Wands. I think you need to guard your stuff. And when I say your stuff, I mean like guard your assets, guard what wealth you have, what materially what you have. And the first thing that comes to my mind is maybe some of you might be considering bankruptcy or some other type of asset protection, and you probably want to find a way around having to do that because there's a lot of fear associated with that. But I can assure you, I don't think that's anything to be afraid of. I think that, though, intuitively, I think you might have another option coming your way. And then we do have the World here, and I don't know what that is on the card, but let's get rid of it. The World is in your challenge. So the World is like, can be about completion. It also can be about freedom. Being set free, and it can also, but to me this is about almost like another option, and the World is the last card in the major arcana, and to me this is like maybe some kind of reward, and I know it might sound cliche or corny, but this is some kind of reward for having to have gone through some very tough things. And maybe a lot of this is stuff that, Virgo, that isn't really your doing, and so you know, you're having to take on and endure a lot of things that maybe is not directly your stuff, but it's caused you to have a risk in things that you need to protect. And so that's the King of Wands to me just came in as like needing like a hedge of protection or a second plan or something to protect your assets and what's yours. And you have the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Pentacles here twice, so that's a repeater. So to me, this is being open to other options. And maybe I did say, like, you know, maybe somebody spoon feeding somebody bits of information. Maybe somebody might be trying to get you to look at another option or to consider other things, and maybe you just haven't been ready to go there yet. But I think in June you might be at the point where you're going to pull the trigger on something and go the plan B, whatever the plan B is, and you're going to wait it out that way. That's what I feel. Temperance, again, could be about unfinished business, and it's also about, you know, moderation. Could be about sacrifice a little bit, give and take. Like sometimes you got to give up something to gain something. So the Page of Coins is here twice, and so to me that is a sign that you need to pay extra special attention to this card. Somebody has some good advice for you, and so here's that, like, spoon feeding you bits of information because you might not be receptive to it right away. So Virgo, let's see. We're going to dive into some more of these cards. I don't really want to go with the Nine of Swords and Ten of Swords too much because we kind of already know what that's about. You know, it's like losing sleep and feeling like something was done unfairly. And I don't want to like draw any more negativity to that. I want to look at the positive aspects of this reading. So we're going to look at faith next. Faith is where you'll find yourself in June, most likely. And we have the King of Cups. Okay, so you very passionately believe in your position, in your point of view, and in your circumstance. You believe and you have a lot of conviction and determination from your point of view. But again, right or wrong, and I think you are right, I think there is this need to be open to other options in this. So the Page of Cups, or I'm sorry, the King of Cups, this is also could be somebody who has like some know-how that can help you, and maybe this person is trying to help you, or somebody's going to come along in June that's going to try and help you or point you in the right direction. And so pay attention to that. You have a lot of anxiety in this, and so I feel like it doesn't have to be there, because if we look back on things in our lives and we look at the perspective and we go, oh wow, I could have saved myself a lot of grief over this if I'd only known how it was going to turn out, or the sting wasn't going to be as bad or last as long. So we're going to look at the world though, because I do feel like that is in your challenge. And so you have some things, and we have two cards that fall out, and we're gonna take them, and I like them very much. Death, and in this deck it's death and rebirth, because every ending has a new beginning. And so this is saying pay attention. There is going to be another option, another avenue for you, but you might not trust it. You might at first not believe it, or it might be something you have no choice in. But when this comes along, it's time to just accept that something is coming to an end and move into the next part, because this is where you get to rebuild and pull yourself together with the Nine of Pentacles. And that is perfect. This is almost like, to me, like, okay, let's put this to an end, and then you get a shortcut. But I feel like that shortcut comes because of having a good measure of belief and faith, and taking trusting your intuition and your gut, and really just allowing things to just kind of work themselves out, and trusting in that process. And so with that, you get a new start in your well-being, in your material world, your financial world, the whole package. This is about that starting over and getting a new opportunity. Chariot, that's the next one we want to talk about. So this is, the advice is telling you to move on. It's telling you to go. And the Chariot is really, this is being empowered. So this is saying you are powerful, you are empowered, and you have the green light to go ahead. And so this is saying to go ahead, to move forward. Oh, that card wants to come out, so that's what we're going to take. The High Priestess. So this is really about having the keys to things that are unknown, or being able to tap into things that are kind of unknown. This is going to propel you, move you forward. And we talk about your advice. There's somebody here that very much cares about you, that wants to help you through this. So be open-minded and allow somebody in, let them in. Some of you might be so guarded. You might have an element of like feeling ashamed, or like, I don't really know how to put it, but like embarrassed about some circumstance. And it's really, there's no need. Somebody probably in your circle, in your space, already really knows, and they're not really saying anything, but they do want to help you. And so that's maybe why they're giving you hints, spoon feeding you, dropping you hints, and trying to coax you along into seeing something that they're seeing, and you're not recognizing. So this is in your advice, and we're going to look at that a little deeper. My cards today, man, they just want to go flying everywhere. Virgo, your advice, June 2020. Let's get the message for the highest good of Virgo. And you know what? I'm sorry. I breathe really heavy when I do tarot. I don't know. It's this weird thing I do. I gotta maybe learn to edit that out. Oh, there's our card. All right. So we have actually 3 cards out, and I am going to take them. And this is awesome. Okay, so you have the Knight of Swords. So the Chariot is telling you it's time to move forward. This is what you need to do, the Chariot. And in that, it becomes the advice. You move forward. The Knight of Swords is the first card that we got out. And I do want to take all 3 of them. I normally wouldn't take probably that many, but I'm going to because I feel like we need to. The the Knight of Swords, man, that's fast. And you know, this is having courage, and this is crossing the bridge over troubled waters. And so there's somebody there, this 2 of Cups, and this is going to allow you to move past the 5 of Pentacles, and it's going to bring in the Tower, which is good. This Tower is like house cleaning, and Taurus had a lot of this too, but it was a completely different message. But this is about cleaning house, and it's going to come in. If you move forward, whatever it is you got to do, it's going to clean up, it's going to finish up and wrap up all this lingering unfinished business and things that need to be swept away, not under the rug, but completely swept away. Your external influences, the Page of Coins. So you do have somebody that's offering you some help. Somebody might be offering you some type of financial assistance or resources or access to something. So you do have people around you that are there willing to help you in June, who want to help you. The 10 of Pentacles. It's another repeater. So this is, again, 2 times. And this is really... you are very concerned about all your pentacles. You're very concerned about all your coins. And then this is not in a greed kind of way, but this is about your stability, and so you are very much concerned about it. This person is going to assist you with that. And so I believe it's this 2 of Cups. It could be somebody romantically that you're involved with. Could be a soulmate. Could be a spouse, could be whoever, or it could just be like a loved one, a brother, a sister, a close friend. But whoever it is, they're there to assist you and help you. So we're going to try and wrap this up. Outcome, Temperance. Man, oh man. That's like saying, but wait, there's more. You know, it's like an infomercial. So Temperance... Temperance is, like I said, sometimes unfinished business, self-control, managing things efficiently, taking care of things, being kind of a chameleon in your surroundings, being able to adapt. So I think this is saying that you are probably going to need to adapt to things being completely different in a new fashion, in a new way. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but let's see what comes out. 7 of Cups. So quit looking back at the past. When you look at the past in excess, you're kind of looking at all the what ifs, or what could have been, or what happened, or what if I did this different. This is, to me, is like the biggest warning in here, saying to stop looking at the past unless you're looking at lessons learned. And I think that's maybe what this is something about, is you know, those lessons that are learned. But don't dwell on things. And then finally, you have the 5 of Cups. So this is definitely about the lessons in the past and dwelling on things. Some of this could have been out of like a really terrible divorce, or a loss of a business. Who knows? Right now things are really screwy with the way things are in the world. I mean, it really could be about anything. It's almost like, you know, you can name almost any scenario at this point. But some, I feel strongly, this is about a divorce, or maybe a loss of business assets or something, or maybe both tied together. We're going to pull one more, though, for that. And then we're going to wrap it up. And then I will pull another card from this other deck over here. See if we can get one final message, Virgo. Virgo, 8 of Cups. Yep. So just letting go, walking away. You do that, and then you really do allow yourself to have a new start. You have death and rebirth. The Tower is bringing in sweeping, swift change. The Chariot, it's fast. You have the World. You do have a lot of really good things going on in here. I just think this is, a lot of it is about being willing to let go of these things, and you can allow the new to come in, the good things, the good new things. So we're going to pull one of these, and somebody's walking around upstairs. I have this squeaky, like 100-some-year-old farmhouse. It's old, so everything squeaks. So I apologize if you hear that. My kids are taking naps, so I'm taking the opportunity to try and finish up some readings. Let's see. Alright, what do we have? By the book. So whatever you have to do legally, whatever you have to take care of, whatever business you have to settle, don't shortcut anything. Do it by the book. Don't try and manipulate anything, cover anything up, hide anything. Really, this is saying to do it by the book. And I think it gets things over with much quicker for you. To pay attention to detail. You got the number 11 here too. And I think that's great. That's like a master number. You might want to look into that. 11 is, I think, another message for you. Could mean something else to you. We're going to pull one more to wrap this up, Virgo. Truth be told. So some of this might be kind of hard for you to accept or hear. It might be hard for you to, you know, really just accept it. And there might be some people in this that just are never going to want to hear the truth. So it is what it is, right? I mean, sometimes we have to really look and be willing to hear the truth from others in order to get our point across and to speak the truth to them. So whatever this is, Virgo, this is a pretty crazy reading. I mean, it has a lot of just twists and turns in it to me, you know. But with that said, if this resonates with you, by all means, please leave me a thumbs up, like the video, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you want to hear more from me again. And with that said, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you again.